India has set itself a target to be one of the largest automotive industry worldwide by 2030. And as an integral part of the auto sector, the tyre industry is poised to set the wheels of economy, moving faster, having already witnessed transformational growth in the last 2 decades. To set the roadmap for tyre industry, the 3rd edition of ATMA Annual Conclave was organized in the capital recently. Leading minds from auto, tyre and auto component sectors were seen at the event.
We went down a little bit, 2.7, but the very next year, 2021, we had $3.2 trillion economy. Now, this is all nominal GDP, and going forward, and various studies point out, whether it's Standard & Poor, or whether it's Morgan Stanley, or any other study, what's happening here is that the power of compounding is now beginning to take shape, which means that now we are going to be growing at a nominal GDP CAGR of around 9.5%, 10%, which means a real GDP growth of about 6.5%. And on a higher base, on a higher growth rate, and you see the impact of that compounding, and the economy just shoots up. And we do a 2.5x of the economy in this decade, from 3.2 trillion to 7.9, nearly an $8 trillion economy by the time we are through with this decade, or just about a year ahead. So what we are doing, we are perhaps the only 2nd or the 3rd economy in the world which has the potential to add about $500 billion every year. So we have been working very hard as an industry. I would say over these 20 years, it's like, you know, we've been working out, we are making ourselves very fit, very lean, very fit, literally, figuratively, in every which way, and it's probably also the story of the rest of the manufacturing in India, but I'll confine myself to the Indian tyre industry. So what happened in our case, there was a lot of capability building that happened. We went in this first 20 years from bias to radial, practically every category. Our product technology is kept pace or even remained ahead of the auto industry. Because of the tyre industry, the auto in no way has languished. At many a time, our technology we have offered to our OEMs to say that you could perhaps use these kind of product technologies which we already have. There's been an evolution of the manufacturing technology. Like I said, the manufacturing no longer looks what it was when I joined the industry, and I have very distinct, vivid memories of where we were. And I think the whole core of manufacturing is just sort of upgraded. It's at a completely different level, at par with the rest of the world.
The tyre industry in India, with all the global and local players, today plays a critical role in the growth of India's manufacturing sector. With a turnover of 75,000 crores, exports of rupees 21,000 crores, the industry provides employment to over 2 million people. Concurrently with the industry's growth, the Automotive Tyres Manufacturers Association today has become amongst the most active and well-known industry bodies in the country. This wouldn't have been possible without your contribution over the years. Amidst the ever-changing political and economic environment globally, today's conclave holds significant importance for the industry as we collectively deliberate to maximize the opportunities thrown open by the changing world and to navigate the challenges being faced by the industry.
At the outset, I would like to congratulate Automotive Tyre Manufacturers Association on this occasion of this annual conference, and I am indeed honored to be part of this inaugural session. Tyre industry has been and continues to be one of the most critical contributors to the transportation in the world. On behalf of SAM, I would like to compliment ATMA for their significant contributions towards the growth of the auto industry. The growing demand for vehicles, increasing urbanization, rising disposable incomes are the driving growth of the auto industry. This is an immense opportunity for the tire industry too, given the fact that we are the two wheels of the same cart. It is important that auto OEMs and tire manufacturers work together to create a network of tire care facilities to maximize tire efficiency, which will in turn improve the transportation efficiency and a reduction in logistics cost. We recognize that tire industry in India also faces challenges such as increased competition, rising raw material costs, and the need to comply with increasingly stringent environmental regulations. However, there are also significant opportunities for growth, such as increasing demand for vehicles and the growing demand for high-performance tires.
I must congratulate the automotive and the tire industry of India for powering Indian economy for so many decades, for powering parts of global economy as well, and must thank you for your commitment to continuous innovation and building competitiveness of the industry. If I look back at history, if automotive industry was the bedrock of American economy for a long time and it created perhaps the powerhouse of American economy, I see no reason why we all together cannot play the same part for Indian economy going forward.
The event was witness to several sessions that strive to align the thought leadership which would take the tire industry to the next level of growth.
Indian tire industry has performed better, far better than most other manufacturing industries. We are self-reliant. This was the Prime Minister's dream that we should be Atmanirbhar. I think this is an industry which can produce all kinds of tires and are able to cater to most of the manufacturing sector. I'm happy to say that we are one of the most, numbers have been already mentioned. It's a 75,000 crore industry, implies over 200,000 people, export almost about 22,000 crores. The way that things are, I'm sure as an industry, we'll be still doing much better in the coming years.
A high-powered session titled Tyre Industry at 2030 helped industry stakeholders understand how automotive analysts view the industry.
I think we are here in a big change in this era. It's not about producing tires. It's going to be all about technology. It's going to be about skill, what Mr. Mishra told us about this morning. It's going to be about digitalization of your manufacturing facilities. And that is something very, very important to understand. As far as I see it, AI, machine learning is going to play a very important role. That's where the tire industry should be investing in.
The two big technologies are digital. Today, if we are investing about, say, approximately 1,000 crore for a factory, clearly another 150 crores will go in towards digitalization. So that's one big area of investment that is a shift that we will see. I won't belabor on it because Neeraj has covered it enough, but I think the other big shift will be towards sustainability as well. So how do we have technologies, mixing capabilities that will cater to more green material, for example? We'll be investing more in renewable energy, whether it is solar, biofuels. That's another big shift. And the third is electric vehicles, which is again very much sustainability linked. So these are three big shifts on the tire space that we are seeing.
The ATMA Annual Conclave offered an apt platform to understand the outlook and growth of the tire industry at 2030 and how the industry is managing the new age challenges.
We always heard about the tire pressure monitoring system. So can we convert this into a tire performance monitoring system? Can we actually work together along with that? We were discussing with many of the OEMs in the last couple of weeks. Many of things are already being started in a standalone basis. Can we actually work a little bit more on across all the terrains when the customer is using, going back and informing them? During the break, we were talking to one of the leading EV bus manufacturers. He was also talking about, is there any way that driver can actually be pre-warned as to what can happen? And this area, I think we can play a very big role in terms of working together. I think we have come one side a long way, the other side is in a long way. I think probably this is a time to perhaps merge it ourselves together and moving forward. And my only point is that, as famous quote says, let's think big, Start in a smaller scale and probably scale it fast. I think that is what is required by 2030 to come across.
Looking at all the presentations done by McKinsey, PwC, or even Crystal, what I see is the market is going to go by close to around 6 million cars. I'm talking about only the passenger cars by 2030. And also we could see, accordingly, the tire industry also is going to grow by 60 million tires, what is expected by OEs, and around 140 million by the aftermarket. And this also is in line with the Government of India policy, Make in India. And just, I would also take this opportunity to really appreciate and thank ATMA members, because I am the part of the, as a co-chairman on the Atmanirbhar Bharat sourcing group, which is a vertical which was created around now 2.5 years back, headed by Mr. Kakkar. And in that, tire was one of the things which I was leading. And when I see, thanks to Mr. Buddhiraj and Sandeep and everybody, today, as a OEMs, we have localized a lot in coming to the 2 years. Once again, a big round of applause to all the tire manufacturers really supporting for the Atmanirbhar Bharat as a vision or mission.
We are also playing a very important role towards electrifying the automotive industry, right? Thankfully, the tire is still a very important component, unlike other components, and the OEs are very clear what help they want from us, right? In terms of lower rolling resistance, as the vehicles become less noisy, the tire has to play the role of a dampener to reduce noise. They're also asking us to remove the spare tire. Can we have solutions where the spare tire is not required? So we are playing, I think we have a role to play to help the OEs achieve their ambition for making cost-effective electric vehicles in the country.
If I look at what happened to the per capita GDP, today India's per capita GDP is around $2,000. Historically, in any country, when you are at around $2,000 per person, the discretionary consumption starts stepping up. And when that happens, then you have the SUVs, then you have the TVs, then you have the mobile phones. The person is same, right? The person buys a ice cream, he buys a TV, he buys a mobile, he buys a SUV. The person doesn't change, right? So, very, very bullish on India's story.
Well, this one is really, really special, because this comes in after a lifetime of hard work.
Powering the auto sector's growth is the Indian tire industry that has doubled in size in the last decade and has witnessed doubling of exports in the last 4 years. The third ATMA Annual Conclave, organized at National Capital, charted a blueprint for the Indian automotive ecosystem at 2030.
We are together partners in mobility, gentlemen, as you know, and are wheels through the nation for economic activity. The theme of the conclave is Tyre Industry 2030. For crystal gazing Tyre Industry 2030, it is important to understand and appreciate the growth expectations, outlook of the partners in the tire industry, where it supplies to. This exercise will also put in focus the expectations of the prospective partners from the tire industry in the years to come, thus helping the entire ecosystem to resonate with positive energy, making the most of the emerging opportunities and facing challenges together.
The tire industry is ready to play a significant role with enormous growth and opportunities. One of the key highlights of the conclave was the ATMA Awards, which recognize the major stakeholders of the tire industry.
I would be requesting Takeuchi-san to do the honors as the guest of honor this evening. So with that, may I, with your permission, continue with this program of conferring the awards that we've decided. The first one is Award for Tire Care and Road Safety Partnership, which is being conferred to Indian Oil. amongst the universities and academic institutes, it's the SRM University which has shown exemplary interest and commitment and dedication to this cause of road safety. So I would request Professor from SRM to please come up and accept the award. ATMA Safety Champion, for the year. I have great pleasure in announcing that this is being conferred to Sudarshan Gosai from Bridgestone. The next award is on Industry Academia Collaboration, IIT Madras. Dr. Krishan Kumar is receiving the award on behalf of IIT Madras. The next award is on the Raw Material Security Initiative Award. So I would request Dr. Raghavan to please come up, accept the award. The next award is for collaboration towards technological excellence, and this is being presented to Maruti Suzuki, and I would request Dr. Singhania to do the honors of presenting this to Takeuchi-san and Raman-san also, if you could join on the dais. Well, this one is really, really special because this comes in after a lifetime of hard work and no prizes for guessing. This is being conferred to past ATMA Chairman, CMD, MRF Limited, Mr. K.M. Maman. So a big round of applause.
I'm deeply grateful for your honoring me with a Lifetime Achievement Award to be recognized for my leadership and contribution to the tire manufacturing industry is truly an incredible honor. It might be relevant to say that MRF is one of the exceptional companies who was not born as a tire company. It is my father, K.M. Maman Maple, who started this enterprise as a toy balloon making factory. And from there, it transformed itself to a tire company. And in his lifetime, MRF became the largest tire manufacturer. As we continue the journey, I commit myself to these principles of business handed over to us by my father, which has stood in good stead over the years. I must admit that I'm greatly proud to receive this award, particularly from Dr. Takeuchi-san. I thank you all concerned for conferring of this honor of Lifetime Achievement Award. Thank you and good night.
Last year, calendar year 2022, it's the remarkable year for Indian auto industry because together with passenger car and the commercial vehicle, now Indian automobile market became the number 3 in the world. So this remarkable achievement can only be done by the contribution of all the stakeholders, including ATMA members. So I'd like to congratulate, and also I'd like to thank from the bottom of my heart for the contribution you made, all the members of ATMA made, for this remarkable result, and now become the world's 3rd largest market. So thank you very much.
Representing the true spirit of Make in India, the tire industry has worked towards a self-reliant India. It has the potential to be the front-runner of Indian manufacturing globally, and as such, 2023 will stand out as a defining year for the tire industry.